Hello, today we're going to be talking about graphing on a coordinate plane. Let's look at graphing. Here's a graph. A graph helps us visualize algebraic relationships and create algebraic concepts. So let's look at the parts of a graph. An important part of the graph are the axes. There are two axes on the graph. They are simply named. The x-axis, which goes from left to right. This is the x-axis. See the label. And the y-axis, which goes from top to bottom. This axis. See the label. Like any line, the axes go on forever, so they don't stop at 10. They go on forever. Another important part of learning how to graph is learning how to name a point. Can you find where the axes meet? See these two lines meet right here? That place is called the origin. This is because when you graph points, you always move from the origin. Keep that in mind. A coordinate plane has 4 quadrants. Let's name the quadrants. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, we got that down. Tip. Start from the top right, and then go counterclockwise. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you name the quadrants. Let's start with naming points. Do you see the numbers? See 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all these? Yeah. All of these numbers near the origin are 1s, and they all get progressively larger as they go in their directions. Look at the positive and the negative numbers. We can predict the signs of the numbers if we are told what quadrant they are in. Remember to name a point. The x value, meaning the value from left to right, comes first, and then the y value from top to bottom comes second. Every time that you write a point, you must put it in parentheses. X, comma, y in parentheses. That is what it should look like. Alright, so if a point is in quadrant 1, then the ordered pair will look like positive x, comma, positive y. Notice they are both positive numbers. If a point is in quadrant 2, then the ordered pair will be negative x, comma, y, where the x is negative and the y is positive. If a point is in quadrant 3, then the ordered pair will be negative x, comma, negative y, where both numbers are negative. If a point is in quadrant 4, then the ordered pair will be x, comma, negative y, where the y is negative and the x is positive. So let's practice. If a point is negative 1, comma 3, what quadrant would it be in? Which quadrant rule has a negative x value and a positive y value? Correct. The answer is quadrant 2. That point, negative 1, 3, would be negative 1, 1, 2, 3. It'd be right here. If a point is positive 1, comma, negative 3, what quadrant would it be in? Which quadrant has the rule positive x value and negative y value? Correct. Quadrant 4. This would be, it would be right there. If a point is positive 1 and positive 3, what quadrant would it be in? We move over 1, go up 3, it's in quadrant 1. If a point is negative 1, comma, negative 3, what quadrant would it be in? Which quadrant has 2 negatives? So we move over 1 to the left, negative 1, 1, 2, 3 down. It's in quadrant 3. Do you understand where the points go and why? Do you think you can graph points but yourself? Why, yes. Yes, you can. With your knowledge of quadrants and how to name points and origin, you can do it. Let's graph. -4, 2. What do we do first? Find the origin. All right, here's the origin. Look at the pair. We have -4, 2, +2. What quadrant would that be in? Correct. Quadrant 2. So we know it's over here. How many do we move left or right? So since the x value comes first, we know that we move 4 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do we move up and down? We move 2 up because it is positive. 1, 2. Right here. We have located the numbers on the graph, and the point is there. And there we go. While it may seem like a lot of steps, it will become second nature the more you do it. Let's graph another problem. 8, 4. So what do we do first? We find the origin, negative or positive, 8, -4. So which quadrant would that be in? Quadrant 4. So we know it's over here. How many do we move left or right? We move 8 to the right because 8 is positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many do we move up or down? -4 is part of the ordered pair, so we move down because it is negative number. We move 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, there's our point. Now the steps are gone, but I know you can do it. Let's graph 4 points together. Take a second and graph -2, 6. Think about the quadrant that it's in. How many do you move left or right and up and down? Perfect. So -2, 6 is in the second quadrant, and it is the red dot. Now spend some time graphing 5, 8. What quadrant is it in? How many do you move left or right or up or down? Awesome. You are in the first quadrant. You move 5 to the right because it is positive and 8 up because it is positive. So there's our magenta dot. Now we're going to graph -3, -3. What quadrant is it in? How many do you move left or right or up or down? It is in the third quadrant. You move 3 to the left and 3 down. Now we're gonna graph 7, 9. You move where? What quadrant is it in? How many do we move? Which direction? Correct. So we are going to move right 7 because 7 is positive, but down 9 because 9 is negative. Boom. We got this. See, I told you it was easy. Good job. Check out our other videos for more help. Thanks for watching.